Alrighty, what is the big news today? And you probably see my title, but I woke up this morning, and big sporting news has occurred. Okay, Luka Doncic, one of the best players, arguably the best player in the NBA right now, has been traded. In fact, from the Dallas Mavericks to the LA Lakers. Okay, so this is actually one of the biggest sports upsets, trades, whatever you want to call it, possibly in the last few years, actually, because as we'll go through in a minute, Luka Doncic is like the star player for the Dallas Mavericks. Okay, he took them from not very cool to very, very cool, being in the playoffs, in the championships, that kind of stuff. So why did they trade him? Let's get into it. All right, so the facts of the deal are laid out here very clearly, okay? The Los Angeles Lakers just traded a 31-year-old big man in the 13th season, a pair of 21-year-old guards not widely seen as future stars, a 2029 first-round draft pick, and the Clippers 2025 second-round draft pick for one of the 5 best basketball players on the planet. Okay, so that is the significance. That's all. They are getting a nearly 32-year-old dude, okay, Anthony Davis, who's pretty good from the Lakers, but, still 31, and 2 21-year-olds that no one's heard of. And some picks or whatever. All for, like, the top talent right now, possibly top talent right now. What is going through their minds? These people are absurd. The managers said that it was because of, like, defense. They want to have more defense or something, but that's complete waffle. We know it. So everyone's thinking that Luka was the one that requested the trade. Everyone's thinking, well, okay, surely a franchise would not trade away their key, their star, their greatest player, possibly the greatest in the league, just because they wanted to. Okay, so everyone's saying, like, okay, Luka wanted to. Why did he want to? That kind of stuff. Turns out he didn't. As this article says, he didn't. This wasn't like an ongoing Jimmy Butler saga or basically any other trade involving a player of this magnitude. Doncic didn't request a trade at all, according to Mark Stein, and was informed of the deal only after its completion. So, the people he took all the way from being kind of not very good to being incredibly good, very competitive in the West, they just threw him under the bus and they just sent him to Los Angeles. I mean, these people are absurd. Why would they do this? There's no reason behind this. But let's read on. So why would the Mavs trade away their franchise player? This is exactly what I'm saying. Why would they do this? The answer is it's not entirely clear. Okay, let me read. This is a blockbuster without precedent. Teams don't just trade away superstars of their own volition, and they certainly don't trade away 25-year-old superstars with Luka's track record. Doncic is in the midst of a lesser season by his standards, in part because he's already missed 27 games with various injuries, including the calf strain, and currently has him sidelined. That alone wouldn't be cause to trade him, yet with those injuries came further scrutiny of Doncic's condition. ESPN's Tim reported that the Mavericks had major concerns about Luka's habits, particularly in the context of their negotiations and on a potential and now scrapped Supermax extension worth $345. Oh my god. No, sorry. $345 million. That's what I was going to say. Sorry, I'm getting hyped about $350. Not quite a million. There's a million attached to that one. Let's be clear. Okay, so they were going to pay a lot of money for this guy because his contract's up in like 6 months or whatever. So they trade him. Obviously not, dudes. That's not what you do. That's what no one was going to do that. What you do is when someone like a superstar like that is demanding that much money, you pay them the money because you make so much more from him being there than not. So that's it. Why would they do this? No one knows. People are saying it's because he wanted too much money and they wanted to be under the tax, but that's absurd. That's absurd. The Dallas Mavericks are now a big franchise because of Luka. They earn enough money to be able to pay that contract. They would go over the threshold for the luxury tax, but at the end of the day, you got to do what you got to do and just keep that player. Am I right? So I don't know. No one knows. Everyone's kind of, this is a big upset. As I said, not only is this one of the biggest trades that we have seen probably in my lifetime. I'm 20 years old. I don't even keep up that much with basketball. I'm not even into basketball that much. But this one has come across my feed. So that's how big it is right now. Okay. And the bigness doesn't just come from the fact that it's a huge player. It's also because it was done so badly. And we'll kind of see this in the next article by ESPN. So, Luka avoided mentioning the Mavericks organization in his farewell message on Sunday, instead thanking fans and the Dallas community after being traded to the Lakers. Okay, very nice. He's taking it incredibly well. He's doing a very good job. Everyone should be incredibly proud of Luka because that's a difficult thing to do. He raised his team up and then they just cast him out by the wayside, and he's not saying anything mean. However, Luka's father did not hold back on discussing the Mavericks and their handling of the blockbuster deal. In an interview Sunday with Slovenian media network Arena Sport 1, Luka Doncic accused the Mavericks of hypocrisy and criticized the secrecy with which they have orchestrated a 3-team trade that sent Luka to the Lakers and Anthony Davis to Dallas. So essentially, the reason there's a 3-team trade there is because Utah Jazz was somehow involved in the whole thing. To be honest, they really don't matter in this deal because I don't exactly know what they gave up. Essentially, the core of the deal is Doncic is going to LA, and then the Mavericks are getting Anthony Davis in return. Okay. Now, let's be clear. Anthony Davis is not a stinker of a player. Okay, he's a good player, but he's also older and not the same caliber as Luka. Okay, this is like for all of the people who don't follow basketball or kind of don't understand the what's going on here. Let me paint you a picture. Let me make a little metaphor for you. Okay, so. On the one hand, you are the Dallas Mavericks in this analogy. You, the viewer, lovely viewer watching, are the Dallas Mavericks, okay? And you own a very nice, a very new Lamborghini, okay? A very quick 1,015 horsepower perhaps, okay? Very, very quick car. So then you see another guy and you're on the race, you know, you're trying to win the championship. That's the race in this analogy. So you turn up on race day. And you see this guy kind of beside you, and he's got an old Porsche, okay? And the old Porsche looks amazing. It works well. It drives nicely. It handles well. But, you know, it's maybe just got like half the amount of horsepower. It is nowhere near the amount of horsepower as your brand new Lamborghini has, okay? But what you do is you see that, and you say, wow, that Porsche is all right. It looks all right. It looks all right. So you go up to the guy and you say, I'm going to trade you my brand new Ferrari for your Porsche. Okay. And as I say, the Porsche is good. But the goal here is to win the race, aka win the championship. And so why, in all the world, if you're trying to win the race, aka the championship, would you trade your best player, possibly the best player in the league, who would really, really almost guaranteed get you into the final, at least in contention, okay, for the old Porsche, which is not a bad car, guys. It's not a bad car, but it's just not a winning car. That's the deal. It's good. It's just not winning, okay? And so I don't know what's going on, guys. This is probably one of the stinkiest trades I'm kind of witnessing in my very short-lived sports career. So Luka's father, sorry, I'm getting off track, but Luka's father said, I understand there comes a moment when you disagree with certain philosophy. Stasnor said, in translation, you don't like this or that player. All good, I get it. But I think that exactly this secrecy, or I should say from some individuals, maybe even hypocrisy. This hurts me personally because I think that Luka absolutely doesn't deserve this. Mavericks general manager Nico Harrison cited Davis's superior defense as a reason for the trade, saying defense wins championships. No, good players win championships, buddy. And you can build a really strong defense around a star player like Luka and still win. That's been a good old recipe for a long time, but apparently not. I don't know what happened. So yeah, those were the comments from his dad. He thinks it's hypocrisy. He thinks he doesn't deserve it, which, to be honest, is probably true. Is probably true. So there were also reports on X here. And here we go, NBA Central. Luka Doncic apparently bought a $15 million house in Dallas last week and reportedly cried when he found out the Mavericks had traded him, per Chandler Parsons. So there's pretty horrendous stuff. I mean, look, your players here are getting paid a lot of money, and they always know that getting traded is part of the game. It's what they sign up for. It's part of the job. It is what it is. However, that doesn't subtract from the fact that you just spent 15 million on a damn house in Dallas, and now you're moving like 3 states over or whatever it is. So yeah, I understand the pain, and also he's put a lot of time, soul, energy into the Mavericks, and just to get kicked out like that, tough stuff. So anyway, moving on, because I'm sure you're all wondering, it's not just the players here, guys. It's not just the teams. It's the fans. It's the fans that bring in the money. It's the fans that pay for the tickets. It's the fans that buy the merch. It's the fans that make everything go viral on social media. How are they reacting? Well, quite severely, to be honest. Because here we go. Picture from downtown Dallas. People are walking a coffin down the street, which has the Mavericks the Mavericks logo on it. And then they're putting up, they're playing Rest in Peace, they're playing kind of funeral songs, and they're just parading it around. People are having little sad times. It looks comical, but I think the whole city is pretty unhappy right now. Okay, so there might be some more information coming up, and I would stick to some good old keeping your eyes peeled if you'd like to see more. But this is certainly something to remember. But yeah, so this is a big upset, guys. I think it's being stupid, but I'm just from an outsider's perspective. I'm not too engrossed in this world of NBA. And yeah, I mean, let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think this is a good trade? Do you think this is a bad trade? I really struggle. If you say it's a good trade, I really want to hear what you have to say, because I can't think of a reason why it would be a good trade. So please speak up. Please do. But yeah, other than that, if you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed me, if you enjoyed hearing me yapper, then consider watching some old videos. There'll be a little video linked in the end card. And yeah, you also just drop a subscribe, because that really helps me build the channel, get out to recognize to more people, so that everyone can kind of enjoy and we can build a little community. That would be really, really cool. So thank you very much. Watch some more videos if you like me. Don't watch some more videos if you don't like me. And I will hopefully, if you do like me, see you in the next video. So thank you very much. Have a good day.